Welcome to English Research, the gateway to something extraordinary. This isn't just a story, it's a call to adventure. And your journey starts now. Since his inauguration on January 20, 2025. In the early months of his second term, President Donald Trump has implemented a series of aggressive policies, leading to significant shifts in both domestic and international arenas. While some of these actions have garnered support, others have sparked controversy and legal challenges. President Trump signed a record number of executive orders within his first 100 days, focusing on immigration, trade, and government restructuring. Notably, he reinstated the Remain in Mexico policy, declared a national emergency at the southern border, and attempted to end birthright citizenship for children of undocumented immigrants. Economically, Trump established the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, led by Elon Musk, aiming to reduce federal spending and bureaucracy. DOGE claimed savings of $160 billion through mass layoffs and agency cuts, though analyses suggest these measures may have cost $135 billion. Trump also initiated a broad tariff strategy, imposing a universal 10% tariff on most countries and escalating tariffs on China up to 145%, leading to retaliatory measures and a stock market downturn. In the cryptocurrency sector, Trump deregulated the industry, appointing Paul Atkins as SEC chair, dismissing lawsuits against major crypto firms, and promoting the U.S. as a global crypto hub. Politically, Trump's administration has aggressively reshaped federal governance. He issued a record number of executive orders, including pardoning over 1,500 individuals involved in the January 6 Capitol attack. The administration reinstated the national emergency at the U.S.-Mexico border, designated drug cartels as terrorist organizations, and attempted to end birthright citizenship. Trump's policies have led to significant restructuring within federal agencies, with mass firings and the reclassification of civil service positions to align with his agenda. On immigration, Trump launched a voluntary deportation program offering $1,000 and travel expenses to undocumented migrants who self-deport via the CBP Home app. He also signed the Laken-Riley Act, expanded detention facilities, and proposed a gold card residency permit for wealthy immigrants. In foreign policy, Trump withdrew the U.S. from the World Health Organization and the Paris Climate Accords. He imposed significant tariffs on Canada and Mexico, leading to retaliatory measures. Trump suspended military aid to Ukraine, proposing a deal for shared revenues from Ukraine's natural resources. He also suggested U.S. control over the Panama Canal and proposed taking over Gaza, relocating its population, and developing it economically, a plan criticized internationally. Domestically, Trump signed Executive Order 14190, banning K-12 schools from teaching materials deemed anti-American or promoting gender ideology, directing law enforcement to prosecute educators violating this order. Donald Trump defeated Joe Biden in the 2024 U.S. presidential election by focusing on several key areas where he positioned himself as stronger or more effective in the eyes of a significant portion of the electorate. Trump successfully framed the economy as stronger under his leadership. He emphasized pre-COVID job growth, tax cuts, and deregulation from his first term, and contrasted that with inflation, high interest rates, and economic uncertainty during Biden's tenure. Many voters trusted Trump more to handle inflation and restore economic stability. Trump's hardline stance on immigration appealed to voters frustrated with rising migrant numbers and border security concerns. He pledged mass deportations, border fortification, and a complete revival of policies like Title 42, while accusing Biden of creating a border crisis. Trump capitalized on high gas prices under Biden by promising a return to fossil fuel dominance, more domestic drilling, and rollback of environmental restrictions. This resonated in key battleground states reliant on oil, coal, or gas industries. Trump portrayed himself as a defender of law and order, promising strong policing, a crackdown on crime, and protection against left-wing unrest. Biden was painted as weak or beholden to progressive policies, especially in urban areas struggling with violence. Trump criticized Biden's handling of Afghanistan, the Ukraine war, and relations with China, portraying himself as a stronger negotiator and global presence. His America First rhetoric still resonated with many voters tired of foreign aid and military entanglements. Trump leaned heavily into culture war issues, opposing woke education, gender identity discussions in schools, and promoting conservative Christian values. His positions on education, parental rights, and freedom of speech energized a large conservative base. Trump maintained a more energized and loyal base. His rallies drew large crowds, and he leveraged conservative media and alternative platforms more effectively than Biden, who struggled with enthusiasm among younger and minority voters. Many voters viewed Trump as more decisive, aggressive, and willing to act unilaterally to get things done, compared to Biden, who was often portrayed as too moderate, slow, or compromised by intra-party conflict. Trump advocated for deregulation, corporate tax cuts, and energy independence, promised to fight inflation through tariff protections and bring back manufacturing jobs, pushed for reduced federal spending through DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency. Biden focused on climate-conscious economic growth, Inflation Reduction Act, union support, and social investments. Faced criticism over inflation and interest rates during most of his presidency. Promoted green energy and infrastructure spending. Winner in public perception Trump, especially among working-class voters concerned about inflation and job losses. Trump advocated for mass deportations, finishing the border wall, expanding ICE, and reviving Title 42-style policies. Launched a voluntary deportation app and proposed a gold card for wealthy immigrants. Biden tried to balance enforcement with humanitarian approaches. Reversed many Trump-era policies early on but struggled with migrant surges. Reintroduced some restrictions under pressure but was criticized as inconsistent. Winner in public perception Trump, perceived as stronger on border security and immigration control. Trump emphasized America First, reduced foreign aid, suspended military support to Ukraine, and promised to end global endless wars. Proposed U.S. control over Panama Canal and strategic Gaza development. Biden reaffirmed traditional alliances, NATO, G7, supported Ukraine and Taiwan, and rejoined WHO and the Paris Climate Accords. Criticized for withdrawal from Afghanistan and being reactive on global issues. Winner in public perception Trump, for voters prioritizing nationalism, military restraint, and economic diplomacy. Trump campaigned on restoring law and order, cracking down on protests, drug crimes, and increasing police funding. Biden supported moderate police reform but was seen by some as not being tough enough on rising urban crime. Winner in public perception Trump, especially in suburban and rural areas. Trump pushed back against woke ideology, gender curriculum in schools, and DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion programs. Signed Executive Order 14190 banning certain educational content. Biden advocated for LGBTQ+ rights, inclusive curricula, and racial justice education. Criticized by conservatives for overreach in social issues. Winner in public perception Trump, with conservative and moderate parents concerned about curriculum changes. Trump, seen as aggressive, bold, and results-focused. Strong base loyalty and populist messaging. Biden, viewed as steady and institutional but also as slow, cautious, and possibly declining in vigor. Winner in public perception Trump, among those desiring assertive, unapologetic leadership. Trump championed traditional values, eliminated federal support for DEI programs, banned curriculum promoting gender identity in schools, and expanded school choice. Rejected trans rights legislation and mandated patriotic education. Biden promoted LGBTQ+ rights, racial equity education, and mental health initiatives in schools. Supported trans rights and inclusive sex education. Public perception winner, Trump, especially among religious and conservative families. Trump pulled out of global climate deals, ended EV subsidies, and approved new oil drilling projects. Promised energy dominance through fossil fuels and rolled back climate regulations. Biden invested heavily in renewable energy and EV infrastructure through the Inflation Reduction Act, committed to net zero emissions by 2050. Public perception winner, mixed, Biden among urban progressives, Trump among industrial and energy sector workers. Trump opposed Obamacare, supported private insurance market competition, and proposed health savings accounts. Did not introduce a comprehensive replacement but cut certain mandates. Biden strengthened the Affordable Care Act, expanded Medicaid in some states, and capped insulin prices. Focused on pandemic management and elder care. Public perception winner, Biden, especially among older adults and low-income families, though Trump gained support among those disliking federal overreach. Trump deregulated tech markets, supported freedom of online speech, and attacked Section 230 protections. Embraced cryptocurrency and decentralized finance. Biden pushed for big tech accountability, targeted misinformation, and strengthened cybersecurity partnerships. Criticized for censorship allegations tied to social media companies. Public perception winner, Trump, among libertarian-leaning voters and tech entrepreneurs. Trump, polarizing figure globally, admired by right-wing populists, criticized by international institutions. Viewed as unpredictable but powerful. Biden, seen as a steady hand ally to Western democracies and a return to pre-Trump norms. Criticized for being indecisive in fast-moving global crises. Public perception winner. Depends on the metric. Biden was favored internationally, but Trump was seen as more dominant on the world stage by nationalist and realist voters. Donald Trump's resurgence to power was fueled by a voter base disillusioned with inflation, border crises, social upheaval, and global instability. While Joe Biden maintained a moderate and collaborative stance, Trump doubled down on aggressive nationalism, cultural conservatism, and executive power. Whether these bold actions lead to long-term benefit or deeper division remains to be seen, but in the battle of perception, Trump's ability to tap into public frustration made him the frontrunner in America's most consequential rematch. If you enjoy the video, please like, subscribe, and share.